Computer. Hello, Brother Mensah. Welcome to today's session.
Feel is mutual.
Nice to
I
have you
said the
back.
feeling is mutual.
The feeling is neutral,
Mutual. Yes.
mutual, mutual. Thank you, Brother Mensah,
Yes.
and good to have you back on the show.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Um, you had something you wanted to share with the world regarding the current situation or the current environment in the world. Can you share with
Well,
us what you are feeling about what's happening around us today, globally?
yes. My feelings is that um, there's a potential for this planet to be blown up, or you might say, put in a destructive situation where there's no human species alive on this planet, or if not that, it would be so uh, it would be so manipulated that it might as well not be any humans on the planet because it would have destroyed humanity. And my feelings is that uh, I don't think the one God that we all serve, whether it be His name or uh, uh, in terms of a Buddhist religion, in terms of a Muslim religion, in terms of a Christian religion, uh, and otherwise. Uh, I don't think that that is in what we would call a position to manifest itself, in that every human being on the planet dealing with humanity will be destroyed. Now, there are different religions, true enough, and yet they all seem to have the basic common denominator. Well, Mensah, what is that common denominator? I think that common denominator is the mere fact that there probably is but one religion, and that religion that will suffice everything as relates to destruction purposes would be do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I think that particular verse, if you will suffice anything else as it relates to destruction. If in fact we all could get on that same plane, uh,
Mhm.
I think that will save the world. Now, one might say, well, yeah, I might want to do unto you uh, peace, justice, and so forth, but you might not want to do that unto me. Well, see, that's the problem right there. Because if you don't want to do that to me in terms of peace and me not try to destroy you, then that's where it should be. Because if you want to destroy me and you don't want me to destroy you, see, that's an opposite. When it should be, I don't want to destroy you and you don't want to destroy me, being that we should do unto others as we would have them do unto us,
Yeah.
so to speak. So it's a really simple equation that one, if they really use that uh, the other Marcus Messiah Garvey teaches us in our race is that there's two situations. The mind, which you can do anything with if you put your mind to it,
Hmm.
as one part of it, and the other part of it is creating. You use your mind to create. So I'm saying it's a very simple equation. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you, and
Mm-hmm.
using that mindset.
Yes.
Now, it is such that most of us don't do that for selfish reasons, greed, what have you, which really brings into the problem. Um, Money has a ways of deferring your character in a different direction or blindness, you see, or that which one feel that they're superior because of the richness that they have. But see, that's what creates the problem
Money. And you say
because,
money is what creates the problem?
yeah,
Okay.
money in being rich and having everything you want
Yes.
materialistically is what creates the problem because it gives you that self injection, if you will, that you're better than anybody else because of what you have, materialistic things that you have, and that the have-nots don't have that. So it puts you in a position where you feel that you're able to command whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want, because of what you want. And that creates the problem. Now, it is such that in this position that the world is in right now, uh, it's a very, very twofold situation. One is that there are those with understanding from a spiritual sense as relates to spiritual prophecy that realize that this is the most, if you will, best time to be on the planet. Now, a lot of people might not feel that way, but it is. For those that are endowed with the or have been revealed with spiritual prophecy, they know that this is the best time to be on the planet. For those that don't have that spiritual prophecy,
Mm-hmm.
which was given to people like the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey or others that have found out their particular purpose and used it in a positive way, realize that this is, out of all the people that have ever been on the planet,
Yes.
this is the most significant, most magnificent time to be on the
Yes.
planet. Now,
Yes.
for those that don't realize that, yes, you're looking at times of tribulations coming up,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be nice. When most people think of Revelation uh, of the Bible, that's what they think of,
Yeah.
destruction and so forth. But for those from a spiritual sense, they know this is the best time to be on the planet. Now, if I'm running off too much, Dr. Kudu, and you want to say something, just let me know because, like I said, I can talk to nighttime.
Thank you, Brother Mensah, for sharing with us the spiritual aspect of being on this planet. Um, when you say this is the best time for us to be on this planet, Can you elaborate on that, please? What do
Yes.
you what do you actually mean that this is the best time?
Well, see,
Given
go ahead.
given yeah, given the background or of the imbalance
Mm-hmm,
of wealth on the planet currently, the
mm-hmm,
imbalance of um, the justice system, if I could also put it that way, and that there's more poverty on the planet, which we're not supposed to have anybody poor on the planet. There's
mm-hmm,
more of that than people living happily. There's children going to bed hungry on hungry stomachs, where that is not
mm-hmm,
supposed to be happening. So when you say this is the best time for us to be on the planet, what do you foresee? You know, because some people might say they don't mind dying right now because life is so hard on this planet
mm-hmm.
for
Well,
some people.
when I say this is the best time to be living on the planet, if you notice, I refer to those individuals that have spiritual prophecy. And
Okay.
the reason why I say that about those individuals, because they are the ones in line to really actually be the security of this
Yes.
planet as
Okay.
relates to as relates to um, securing the planet and ruling the planet
Okay.
with that particular power that was given or that was revealed to Jesus Christ,
Okay.
and in which enable or which is going to enable, because I'm speaking of prophecy, and when you
Yes.
speak of prophecy, you speak of the future. So what I'm saying, that which was revealed to him, okay, was revealed to him for one reason, and that was to redeem mankind and also take over this throne. When I say this throne, I'm speaking of the world, because right now the throne is in the hands of Satan. Well, how do you know that, Mensah? Well, just look around and see what's going on. Look around and see what's going on. You can't miss it. You just mentioned children going to bed hungry, as well as 100 other different things doctor could do. I know you could mention. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. The things that's going on with uh, the raping of children, uh, things that's going on with murder, things that's going on with wars. And you can just go on and on and on and on with it to
Yes.
make you realize that this is Satan's throne.
Yeah.
Now, what
Okay.
I am saying,
Yes.
go ahead, I'm listening.
I'm listening to you. Proceed. Thank you.
Okay, what I am saying is that those that have spiritual prophecy, that which is revealed or have been revealed to Jesus Christ, okay, also has been revealed to those elect as well, spiritual prophecy. And the reason for that is for the elect to know through prophecy what's happening and what's going to happen in the future, to have no mistake about it. So, therefore, being that we understand that this is The throne, this world, is the throne of Satan's real estate, if you will, is unmistakable just by two or three things that I mentioned. And I know you could probably mention a lot more what's going on in addition to what I just mentioned. On high stakes at that, with people that's got money, with people that's got riches, with people to seek greed that goes along with the havoc of what's going on in the world. So there's no mistake about it. This is Satan's throne. But right now, it won't be that forever
Yes.
because because we know that this throne is going to be overtaken.
Okay.
It's going to be overtaken and
And mhm.
ruled by God's people along with Jesus Christ. And then after that, that's for 1,000 years. And then after that, the beautiful part when I say that you're living in the best time that you can live in, because that's going to happen. And even after that, something is going to happen that's miraculously so endowed that you can't even really imagine for our people. And that
Yes.
is not only ruling and taking over Satan's throne here on earth, which is going to become the throne of David, okay, being ruled as relates to Jerusalem, which right now is really as relates to Israel, is going to be destroyed. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. But what one has to understand about that, I'm going to try not to get too far from the subject. Try not to get too far from the subject. But what one needs to understand about that is that when you have chaos, when you have that type of a situation,
Yes.
even even with the mystery of God that people don't understand, even with the mystery of God, about the best way I could put it to you, Dr. Kudu, is like
Yes.
this. There's a lot of pain and destruction getting ready to come with tribulations as relates to the
Yes.
Lord's Day. Okay, but what one have to understand as relates to the mystery of God is that God worked in mysteries. What do you mean, Mensah? Well, let me explain to you real simple, Dr. Kudo. What generally happens when a female have a baby? Okay, you take too long to answer, so I'll answer for you.
Okay.
She,
Okay.
she's in a lot of pain.
Yes. She goes into labor.
Okay, but what
Mm.
happens after that?
Then you deliver the baby, but you go through a lot of
Okay,
pain.
but,
Yes.
but I want you to be a little bit more explicit when you say that. You say deliver the
Then you
baby,
give
but
birth. After
well, let me say
pain,
it.
you give
Yeah,
birth.
you give birth. Okay. So now, so now let's look at that in detail. What you just said. You got pain, and then you got birth. Is that birth old or is that birth new?
It's a new birth.
All right. So now let's examine that. You see,
Yes.
the Creator put it in such that this female goes through a lot of pain. But after that pain comes birth, new. So this is what I'm saying about living in this time. You see, those that are endowed with what has been revealed to Jesus Christ have also been revealed to all of us. It's just that you have to go into your inner self to understand God. Now,
I, I,
you
I think
see,
you're
that
making a
pain is
very,
going
very important point, Brother Mensah,
to,
that I never thought of. That is what the world is currently going through. That's after all the pain,
yeah,
there's a
for a reason.
rebirth taking place.
There you go. It will be a rebirth taking place. That rebirth is that here again, when you look at for what it is as it relates to truth, this is Satan's throne right now. Ain't no doubt about it. All the evidence let you know that true fact of what we see going on in the world today. You see.
Yeah.
But for those that have been revealed with spiritual prophecy, the same that
Yes.
has been revealed to Jesus Christ, you see, we have the power to change the situation in terms of this throne being overtaken as it relates to that new birth that I mentioned before the tribulation and all the
Yes.
pain. Now, there will be people dying. I'm not going to dispute that. There's going to be
Yes.
a lot of people dying. Not only that, but this is going to be a time never even like before when it comes down to the destruction. Never going to be a time like this that's coming. But yet, here again, there's going to be a new rebirth. And those individuals understand that, you couldn't live in a better time because of what's coming after this pain. And I mentioned
Okay.
ruling this entire earth, ruling this
And
entire earth with peace and so forth, and joy and all the rest that go with it. That's just a small part of it, that individual. It's just a small part, okay? Because after that, what you're going to be ruling is the universe, the entire universe. Now let's imagine that, Sister Kadu. When you say ruling the entire universe, now one have to understand what is the universe. And your mind has to be such that you can understand that the universe never stops. It's, it's, it's like a balloon. You blow it up, and just imagine you can only blow a balloon up so far, but just imagine if you could just keep blowing that balloon over and over and over, and just keep stretching and stretching and stretching from now to now on, that is the universe. And
yes.
can you imagine being part of ruling the universe with the Creator? You can't even imagine one being able to be in that position, the glory of it after all the pain. So why wouldn't one want to live in this particular age? Not a better time to live, Sister Kadu. But the work has to be done. Not
Yes.
only do the work have to be done, Sister Kadu, among God's people, not only do the work has to be done, but listen to me very clearly. There's just a short amount of time right now that it has to be done. A very short amount of time.
How do you know whether
I
you
look,
are amongst God's people?
you say, how do you know?
Yeah. If
Okay.
one wants to prepare to be part of, the change, eh,
Mm,
how can one prepare to be part of that change?
well, it's inside of you. You got to go inside yourself to understand number one,
Yeah.
who is God?
Yes.
Okay? You got to know who is God. Now, you are a part of God inside of you. Let me, I like to talk in very simplistic terms. If you take a thimble, and let's say an ocean is God, and you take a thimble, you know what a thimble is when you
Yes.
suck up a
Yes.
drop of water? Okay. You take a thimble and you suck up a drop of water. I ask you the question, is that drop of water in the thimble the same as the ocean that you took it from? Name one
Yes.
answer to that.
Yes. It's the same.
Exactly. And that's the way you and God is. God is inside of you. That is that thimble. That's that thimble. And it's easy to understand. You know why? You know why? Because at the end of the day, even with the Creator and the Creator's family, it's, it don't revolve around but one thing. And you ask, how do you know? This is how you know. Because it only involves the one thing, and that's good against evil, right? And even
Okay.
a baby know that. And listen, and even a baby know that.
That's true.
Let me tell you, let me tell you why a baby know that. You see, a baby knew when it's doing wrong because the evidence of what he's doing wrong is going to be a fact, and he's going to be or she's going to be uh, dealing with it through his or her own experience. We give a little small example. Let's say a little baby walk up and he put his hand on the stove and the stove is hot. Have he not experienced something? That ain't but one answer to that, Doctor could do.
Yes.
Right. I'm just waiting on you to give it to me. But that is the
Yes.
correct answer. Now, do you think he gonna put his hand or she gonna put his hand back there again?
No, never
You
again.
you know why? You know, you know why? Because
Why?
she has experienced the bad from the good. So
Okay.
even a
Okay.
baby know truth, and you can learn something from a baby.
Yes.
You see,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, you see. So, so the point that I'm saying is that it's very simple. It's good against evil, and you know when you're doing good, and you know when you're doing evil.
That's
That's either
true. That's
physically
true. That's true.
or mental. Because sometimes you can hurt a person worse about what you say than hitting them, because now you really tapped into the mental of their brain, which causes a negative vibe. And sometimes uh, I believe it's that anger kills wisdom.
You're right. Anger
If I'm
kills
making,
wisdom.
yeah, if I'm making any sense, Doctor Kadu,
It does
I,
make sense, Brother Mensah.
yeah,
Thank you for educating us with simple examples like a baby when how a baby knows between good and bad or good and wrong. That it's wrong to put your hands on a hot stove. So that experience, a baby can differentiate that it's bad. Put your fingers on
yeah,
the hot stove because you're
yeah,
going to burn.
yeah,
So if even a baby knows that,
that's
can
right,
distinguish or differentiate between good and bad or right and wrong,
that's right. See,
it's
so
something that we as adults should come natural. It's
yeah, well,
natural for us as adults to know the difference.
we do know. It's just that we just Dorian, that you? When you came in from work, go back? All right. I'm in an interview right now with Dr. Kadu. That's my son.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, even with the grown people, it's the same type of scenario.
Yes,
When you're grown, you know when you're doing wrong. You know
that's
when you're
true.
doing right.
That's true. We know when we're doing wrong.
Sure. So it's the same scenario.
Yes.
And what I am saying is that uh, this throne of this world that we live in is Satan's throne right now. But it's not going to be that way forever. But we only have a short amount of time to really put this in play, a short amount of time. So when you say, okay, Mensah, what do you mean by a short amount of time? How much time are you talking? Well, if you go to Revelations, which was basically uh, given to the elect, that's what Revelation is. It's basically for revealing that which is needed for the elect to understand what's getting ready to happen in the future, including what I mentioned, helping the Creator rule the earth, helping the Creator rule the universe. But it's a very short amount of time before what is getting ready to happen on the planet, uh, as far as tribulation, has never happened before. So between now and that situation that's going to happen,
Yeah.
there's a short amount of time that God's people has to save this planet. A short amount of time. Well, Mensah, could you be a little bit more explicit when you said a short amount of time? Of course, of course. Now, Sister Kadu, you and
Yes.
those that may be listening, I don't want anybody to think that I'm so smart or I'm above anybody else with spiritual knowledge because that's definitely not the case. And I don't try to present myself that way, but I'm just speaking facts, speaking facts. And that is that, well, Mensah, what do you mean by a short amount of time? Can you be more explicit? Well, yeah, because you could be explicit through scriptures. And if you look at, and I'm not one that's going to say, uh, Revelation 4, verse 13. I'm not going all that with it. I'm just going to give you what I know. And if one want to verify by looking up that particular number as far as the scriptures in Revelation, they can. But here's what I'll say about that is that, hoping not to lose this train of thought, here's what I say about that. That is that when I say a short amount of time, there's a scripture in Revelation, it talks about 1,203 score days before
1,203.
three score. A score is 20.
Okay.
So when you said three scores, that's 60.
Yes.
So that's 60 days right there. Okay. But in addition to 60 days, it says 1,200 more days added to that 60 days. So when you do the math, and that's one thing about math, everything that's done is done with math. Math is a language. Any scientist will tell you that. Math is a language. And it rules, well, I don't know if I should use the word rules, but it certainly encompasses everything that there is. everything from mental to physical. It encompasses that. It also encompasses all of the universe. It encompasses everything that you where you sit right now and you look at it. It's nothing but math. The
Yeah.
walls.
Yep.
So so
Geometry.
so what I'm saying about math in terms of it's a short amount of time that we got to do this is
Yes.
that the scripture speaks of 1,260,
60.
right? That's three scores, 320s. So when you add all those days up, what do you get? Well, you know that when you say a score is 20, if you got three of them, that's 90, 90 days, right? I'm
60.
not a good mathematician.
Three
So
of them is
Dr.
60
D,
days.
yeah, I'm not a good mathematician. So if my math
It's
is
okay.
wrong, please
It's
correct
okay.
me. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's 60, right? Now
Yes.
you got another 1,200 days on top of that 60.
Yes.
So if you got another 100, if you got another 1,000, okay, let's do it like this.
You want us to
There's
divide 20 into
365,
1,000?
there's 365 days in a year.
Yes.
Okay, so you're talking 1,200 days in addition
Yes.
to the 60 days. So let's just leave the 60 days alone for a minute and let's deal with the
1,000.
1,200. Okay,
Yes.
so we know there's 360 days in a year. So if you're talking 1,000, then you know 3 times 3 is 900. With with
Because when we're looking at the scores, there's 600 scores in 1,200. There's 600 scores.
okay, so
There's 620s.
you multiply that times two, what you got? That's
That's
600.
a,
You got
that will be
1,200, right?
1,200.
Okay, now that you just said it because the scripture says 1,203 scores. So we left the 60 alone. If you
Okay, the
just
three is that 60. There's
so
three
you
of
put the
them
60
in there.
with
There's
that.
320s in there. Okay, it makes sense.
So you put the 60,
1,203.
no,
Yes.
1,260.
Okay. Okay.
Is that correct?
That's also correct because the three is three scores, which is 60. Three
Exactly.
20s. Yeah.
And so when you put that to what you just said, uh, 1,200, you put that 60 with it, it
Then it's
becomes
1,260.
exactly. Now, now, let's back up from, I'm trying to show you this short amount of time. Let's back up from January 1st
Yes.
of 2029. And let's go backwards from January 1st of 2029 to
Yes.
January 1st of 2028. That's 1 year, right?
Yes.
From January 1st of 2028 to January 1st of 2027, that's 2 years, right? Yes, that's 2 years. I'm going year by year. I start over again from January 29th, going backwards to January 28th. That's 1 year, right? Is
Yes,
that
that's
right?
1 year. Sorry, that is 1 year.
Okay.
I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. From January 28th to January 27th, That's 2
The,
years.
yes, another 1 year, so it adds up to 2 years. Yes,
Okay, from January 27th to January 26th, where we're at now,
it's three,
that's
three
3 years.
years. That's a score, three
Okay,
scores,
okay,
3 years. I'm
but,
sorry. Let me not
but, the,
interrupt you.
but, but the scripture says, which you just mentioned, the scripture says 1,260 days,
Yes,
which encompasses 3 years, right? Because I just read it off to you. January 29th, January 28th, January 27th. That's 3 years, right?
yes. For 3 years,
So
it's a
we are
thousand and
in the
ninety-five days. 3 years. If we multiply the 365 days times three, that's 1,095 days.
it's 360
It's
days in a
1,000.
year, or 300. It's 360 days in a year, or it's
Yes,
365 days in a year. Which is it?
365.
365 days.
Yes.
Okay, don't make that much difference. But you says
The
how much?
difference, the difference is only 35 days
Yeah, yeah.
because we have
So when you
1,260. So if we subtract 1,260 from 1,000, oh no, it's more because for 3 years it's 1,095, and we have 1,260. So we are over the 3 years days by 235 days. 235 days. Sorry if
like
I
I say,
confused you, Brother Mensah.
I'm not that good in math, but it's one thing I do know, and that is I'm gonna take your figures, 365 days in one year.
Yeah,
Okay,
times three
and we,
years.
and we was at 360 days. I said was 1 year,
Oh, okay,
right?
so we should use 360, but 300, if we use 360
Now the point I'm
times
trying to
3,
make, Doctor, could do. The point I'm trying to make, Doctor, could do is this in your head. If we said that, if I said 360 days was 1 year, but you said no, 365 days is 1 year. Is that not
yes,
correct? So
yes,
that
that's correct.
means you were 5 days over than what I said for a year,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So we're talking 3 years, and you was 5 days over for 1 year.
yes.
Then in 3 years you'll be 15 days
15,
over,
yes,
right?
yes.
Right. So the point I'm trying to make is that that little time don't make that much difference. See,
The
because what I'm
15
trying to show
days.
you, yeah, what I'm trying to show you is that I'm trying to give you that little short amount of time that we got to work with. So we got 3 years, and we already into 2026.
Yes,
January, February, March. So 3 months is already gone in 2026, right?
yes,
Now, now, in order to get them 3 years that I said from January 1st of 2029, January 1st to 2028, that's 1 year. January 1st from 2028 to January 1st, 2027, that's 2 years.
yes.
January 1st from 2027 to January 1st, 2026, which is the year we're in now, correct? Which is the
Mhm.
year we're in now,
Yeah,
2026, right?
yeah,
And it started January the 1st, right?
yes,
Okay. So now if we're talking 3 years, we're already into 3 months of those 3 years,
yes.
right?
That's 90 days.
But the scripture said 1,203 scores, which is 60.
Yes. Yes.
So, so when we add that 60 to that 3 years, which is 15 times more than what I had anticipated on your watch, which is true. If there's 365 days of the year, not 360, that gives us a little bit more added time, 15 more days or so, which don't make that much difference because you still got to go all the way through the end of 2026 to get the 365 days each year, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Now that's 3 years right there. That's three
Yeah.
years. And
Yes.
when you add them 15 days on to those 3 years, follow me? You
Yes, I'm
still
following.
got you still got 60 more days to attach on to that because that's where the other three scores come in at.
Okay.
20, 20 scores each. So now, in addition to that 15 days added on to that, when you add that other 60, what do that give you?
1,275.
Okay.
If you add
Now,
the 15 onto the 1,260, or we just add
mhm.
the 15 onto the 60, it gives us 75.
Either way it goes, it's still gonna give you 75, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, 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 we're already into 3 months of
2026.
exactly. Now, if you calculate the rest of the time till you get to that figure of what did you say, 1,075?
1,275.
Okay, where we at now with the numbers that we got now? If you keep going all the way back till you get to that figure 275, can you give me a date where we will be at?
Okay. So 1,000, right? For the 3 years, we have 1,000, 1,000. Let me just go back to where I did the calculation. We
Go
had
ahead.
1,000 and 95 days for the 3 years. So now we are going to subtract 90 days. So that leaves us with 1,005 days. 1,005. It leaves us with 1,005 days. If we subtract the 3 months of 2006 that we have already utilized, which is 90 days, right? Or
You lost me,
30,
you
30
lost me.
times 3, but actually it's 88 days because February ends on the 28th and not 30 days. But then we have the 31st. If we calculate according to the exact in January ends on the 31st, February ends on the 28th, March ends on the 31st. So it's still 90 days. It still gives us the number 90.
Give
31
us the
plus
90 days.
31, 62 plus 28.
I see. I see. So, having
31,
said that,
31, 28. Yes, it still gives us not 90, sorry, 10 carry 1. Yes, it gives us 90. It gives us 90 days.
okay, so having said that,
Yes.
if you calculated where we at right now with this particular day being the 2nd of April,
Yes.
and all the days that we counted down from the 1st of January 29th, going backwards,
Yeah. So we have to subtract 92 days going backward from the days that we know we have in in 200. um oh I'll have to just cancel that call for now. Two in 2026 to 2027, we have to subtract from 365, we have to subtract 90 days, which leaves us with 5, 16, subtract 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7. It leaves us with 275 days we have left in 2026.
Now, which having said that, what month, what day would that expire? That 200 something that we got left. What month and what day will that expire?
Okay, I can take a look. Um, you mean in this year, in 2026?
Yeah, yeah, going forward with those dates, with that time element that you just gave me, 200 and something you said.
Um, because we know
That we had left, that
where
we
we
had
are
left.
right now, going
Yes,
towards the end of the year.
yes. To
Okay, it
consume
will.
the
It,
time, to consume that time that we got left that you mentioned.
okay, I know that it will end on the 31st of December. Yeah, 31st of December, which would be on a Thursday.
31st of December of 2026.
Yes.
All that time will be used up as relates to the scripture, 1,203 scores. We'll give you December 31st.
No, that will only be the 275 days. Then we still have to utilize the other 2 years, 365 and 365, which is 730 days to go.
Okay,
We're going to 2029, right? Up to 2029.
right,
Yeah, so we
right.
still have 730 days plus 275 days. I can add the two, 730 plus 275. That gives us 510. It gives us 1005 days we have left before the end of 2029.
For the end of 2029.
Yeah,
Okay,
we have 1005 days left.
okay, this is what scripture is saying the time that we have.
Okay.
So to make a long story short, we don't have,
Much
we don't,
time.
can you agree with this? We don't have
Yes.
5 years, according to
No,
the
we
Bible.
don't have 5 years. Wow. Okay, I
And this is
get
what I'm,
what you're saying.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get what you're saying.
this is
Now
what
I'm
I'm
getting
trying
what you're
to
saying. Okay.
do.
So we've already used up from the 1,260. We have already used up 255. We are only left with
Right.
1,005 days.
hmm Okay. But can you see what I'm saying is that if we off a day or two, it don't make that much difference as it relates to the time that we have. We have a very short time to do what has to be done. And this is what scriptures is saying, that there's a time element that's going to have to be implemented in a very short amount of time. And this is the time we speak. So therefore, with what's going on in the world today, with all this chaos, which is going to bring a new birth, but in the meantime, the work still has to be done in order to stop this war. It has to be done in a short amount of time. Am I making sense?
Yes, you're making sense.
You
If
see,
we don't stop it, what happens?
well, the prophecy is that if we don't stop it, and it's not that we can't do nothing to stop it, we're going to have to do something to stop it. Because if we don't, the scripture says, even the very elect, such as yourself, such as myself, such as others that want to see right done instead of evil, if we don't do it or we can't do it, then the scripture says that Jesus is going to have to intervene because if he don't, all of humanity will be destroyed. So you're looking at that framework of time, what's got to be done. The tribulation is going to happen. But while it's happening, if Jesus don't come back and make it right, all of humanity can be destroyed. And you can see that with the type of weapons that they got. I mean, it can destroy the whole planet. Now the question is, can one be that or have that much greed to want to have the whole world, and if
Destroyed.
can't, and if can't have it, willing to destroy the whole planet? That's what we ancestors could do.
In the first place, how did we get here? How did we get to give so much power to a person to decide to destroy the whole world? How did we get there?
Well, you have to go way back in history. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
uh, there was a time when we didn't have to worry about none of this kind of stuff because we were uh, just in harmony with love.
Yes.
You see, so this type of stuff didn't we wasn't about that, and I'm talking years and years and years and years ago. But here again, now, as it relates to the scriptures, when it says that there was war in heaven and the Creator threw the bad out, what was the bad? Those so called angels, they came down and saw the beauty of women and so forth and got with them. And even doing so, they were not supposed to, certain things they weren't supposed to teach us of war, actual war, and how to make weapons, but they taught us that. So that's where that evilness came in. And in doing so, saw that they could gain power, not only with the weapons, but even from the standpoint of commercial biasing with trade and gold and money and it just got such a greed till one just felt that, well, I can do anything I want, when I want, with anything I want. So now what are they doing now? They're searching, let me see if I say his name right, the something files, the, the,
The Epstein files.
there you go. There you go. You see, you see. And it's so much Sister Kadu gonna come out of that. Dude, it would just amaze you. Because it's dealing with the wealthy billionaires of the world to do whatever they want to do, whichever they want to do, whenever they want to do. and you got the President of the United States. I don't know, but I will say, from the way it looks, knows quite a bit about that. And stuff is drifted out a little bit by a little bit by a little bit. But one thing I do know that this is the age of Aquarius. And this is the age when all truth are going to be revealed. Ain't no doubt about it. So it's just a matter of time for it all come out. Just a matter of time. But in the meantime, God's people got to be at work. Now I'm looking at what's going on in and around the world. There's a lot of protests going on, especially in America. There's a lot of protests.
Yeah.
And I suppose that protest is for the good. They want to see good rather than bad. I suppose that's what it is. But among those protests, uh, yeah, you got people among those protests that want it good. But the question is, at this point, uh, the thing that they're protesting is that, and their actions 100% good, meaning that you ever heard in the Bible they talked about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yes.
We know what that was about, right?
Yeah.
But see, that's still going on right today. If you notice, God said, if you could just find one person, he would not destroy it. That's what scripture said. And guess what? Couldn't find one person. Now, he's in Sodom and Gomorrah right now. You see, when you got women marrying women and men marrying men, that ain't nothing but Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because you could not replenish the earth in which the Creator wanted from a humanity standpoint. You cannot do that. So when you go against such commandments or laws as relates to the Creator, and even at that, I don't think that the Creator would see fit to destroy this planet because there is a mercy that's endured. And what is that mercy? Well, we know the flood took place with Noah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He still didn't destroy all of humanity, did he? So he showed
No.
mercy.
Yeah.
That mercy will be showed again,
Okay.
but it will be after the destruction of
Okay.
newborn. See?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
So
with that new, go ahead, I'm listening.
um this is very interesting what you are sharing, Brother Mensah, and um I want to believe that everything happens for a reason. And like you say, that there is no other better time like this time because of the reapers. We're going
Yeah,
through labor pains, and there's going to be
a
born
new birth. Yeah,
this new birth.
yeah,
So we can't run away from that. But like you said, not everything is going to be destroyed. You
right,
know, if as humans in our spiritual gifts, we cannot save what's going to happen, Christ will come and he will do like he did during the time of the flood with Noah, and not the whole world was destroyed. There was
right,
some that was saved.
right.
So I think for those who are spiritual minded or spiritually gifted,
Mhm.
they can relate to what you are saying.
Mhm.
And for those who would see this video and hear you speak, the words that you shared with us, words of wisdom that you shared with us in their own spaces, this might activate their own spirituality to act. Because, like you said in the beginning, you gave the example of the ocean
Right.
and a jug. If you take water in the ocean, and let's say the ocean is God, and you
Right.
are taking water into a jug, that water in the jug, it's the
Right.
same water as in the ocean. And like
Right.
you said, the universe was created by God. So are we created by God? So
Right.
we do have God within us. But it takes those few who are capable to unlock the gift, the spirituality gift that we all have,
Mhm.
for them to unlock that and start to work with God and control the situation we are in currently. But if all fails, Christ will come and save us.
Right.
Did I hear you correctly? Am I summarizing that right?
Yes, you pretty much own it. Especially when you deal with the thimble in the ocean. The fact of the matter is that, like I say, God is the ocean, and the thimble is inside of us, which is a part of God. You see, so uh,
Okay. Yes.
so
Okay.
so so having said that, it's in all of us. It's in all of us.
And I
You know.
think this is important for everyone on earth to hear this, that it
Right.
is in all of us. There's no special chosen few. We are
It's in all.
all the chosen.
Right.
It just takes you as an individual to be like that baby who, when they touch the stove and they realize that this is bad, so you as an individual to act. Am I
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
thank you, Brother Mensah. Because we are running out of time now, is
Hmm.
there any last message you want to give to the world?
Well, I would say that, as I mentioned earlier, if the world could just understand that one little simple uh, quote, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. If we could just get that in our heads, it'd be a much better world to live in. And if not, the Creator gonna see that it is, because I don't see this world being exterminated.
Wow. And my favorite quote is love thy neighbor as you love yourself from the Bible.
That's
So,
true too.
on that note, Brother Mensah, we want to thank you for affording us this time to spend with you, an hour for you to share with the world what you spiritually feel about the current situation in the world and giving us some advice as to what we can do in our own little spaces. Thank you, Brother Mensah.
It's been a privilege. And thank
Thank
you
you.
for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And there's one last thing that you
All right.
said about Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Garvey and his UNIA organization. One thing that you said about the motto of the UNIA, Could you share with us quickly before we close out? If
Wait,
I can
wait.
maybe say the motto with you and you repeat after me, is that okay?
Sure.
One God,
One God,
one aim,
one aim,
one destiny.
and one destiny. His famous
Thank you
quote.
so much.
And thank you. Appreciate it.